Hello, peeps. Just thought come back to check in with everybody. How you doing? Had a really good day today. I just got back from the bank. Although I would dress in such a way, I guess, anyway. I just want to thank Genevieve for the donation. I woke up today and it was a beautiful surprise in my inbox. If you don't know, I have a YouTube channel. I have some links in which I ask if you want to make a donation for the music you see, and sometimes people do. And I'm always asked, when are we going to see you come out and play? And I don't know when that is. I'm still recovering. But yeah, doing a lot of stuff. New Year has been a lot of catching up, chatting with people, and I can only feel good in the responses that people have sent my way, so I'm just really thankful for that. And I guess this is something I'll do more on the regular of coming in and checking in with everybody. I had a really fun day just scootering around. We've apparently got a whole pile of snow coming tomorrow, so I'm kind of a bit sad that if I can't get my wheels to go. But beautiful sunset, nice chats with some friends on the phone, talking about possible projects, talking about family, talking about connection, and talking about being the voice in our world, being the best self you can be. And I'm really enjoying social media now. Can't believe I'm saying that. Not just here, I'm all over the place. Reddit. I'm really liking Reddit a lot because it's just, straight conversations and chatting and making some friends over there. I've reconnected to the FB, so it's still a little bit overwhelming. I don't remember everybody that I've added. Sorry. It's, when you're a performer, you add a lot of people, so I feel bad if I don't remember people because I pride myself having a good memory. And yeah, I'm having a lot of good conversations and positive outlooks, and I'm putting myself out there, if I always have. I'm still a human being with the challenges we all have to face. I'm mindful that I'm getting some invitations to go on podcast type things. I've only been on one officially. I have the ability to have my own, but I haven't had any guests be fully comfortable and not back out as you would be putting yourself out there, of course. Right? So I'm finding that I'm somehow this individual that might be able to help people, and I feel good about that. I was just thinking the other day how I've done all these things to help people move into their passion, the love that they want to be known for in the world, and I actually don't remember because I just being pretty light with everything, from helping name people's brands to doing their logos to adding some music for something. I'm doing my best to balance the time and space that I have to go towards projects that are a win-win-win situation. So it's not like you feel like you're being undercut. And it's a tough thing, the music business in Toronto. I can't say I've had the most smooth ride. I've actually thought on giving up that for now, but it seems that people keep reminding me not to let go of that, and that is a precious thing I should pay attention to. Be happy to know I have a new friend here that I am currently rebuilding, and I'm just always doing that. I'm always taking something apart and doing something I'm not supposed to be doing with it, hence the strange sounds I come up with, and I swear I get lost in that, so I'm always reminded this is a good idea to check in, so I'm not just in my room full of instruments and pieces of screwdriver and nails and that sort of thing, with cables and wires and blinky lights, all fueled on a joyful curiosity to find a new inspiring sound. But that's just kind of a given. I would also like to say thank you to people that are just inviting me to things that I can't always promise yet that I can attend. I'm aiming for this summer, hopefully I'll be able to attend something. I guess I'm doing this to let people know I'm still in the recovery status. Although my energy level is good, I have been told to be careful, and for example, I got some exercise equipment, and I just was being very kind to myself in the beginning, and the next couple of days I was quite out. So I'm actually realizing I'm rebuilding my muscle mass. And what else to say? If you're interested in the topic of astrology, I have so much fun, even though we're not talking, just watching Pam Gregory's channel on astrology and how that becomes a reflection in the world and the patterns it has aligned in the past, which makes it either uncanny or there's something to it. So that's been fun, and I'm always really happy when I have a little comment, a little heart thing from Pam Gregory. She's just like my spiritual grandma. Does that make any sense? Like she gets it. I don't know. It's funny, and you never know who you're talking to online who actually talks back. And I guess another fun interaction I had was with Danica Patrick, and just giving her some ideas for her podcast, and I didn't expect for her to actually talk to me back to, hey, that's a great idea, we might want to incorporate that. So I don't know what that is. I'm kind of this guy that's kind of new actually to being on the forefront and performing. I'm sought out as an idea man, I guess the steel man argument thing. Today I'm dressed in a suit, tomorrow I might be just dressed casual. I was all financial planning today at a bank, reconnecting some old accounts, and it was funny, being in the real world and just trying to make some small talk with people, which you could really say is the Matrix, right? But it's not. Like, if you consider yourself a spiritual individual, I'm always reminding people that, hey, everyone has the capacity to wake up, and waking up is not easy. So be gentle, when you realize the world somewhat could be a shell, or your friends may be a shell, or on the wrong path, or actually have intentions that are not, let's say, completely transparent. It's not my first rodeo, right? So just don't worry about. I guess that's always my message. You do what you want to do in the world, and you don't worry. You set your best intention, and I think the message that I'm realizing is that you don't have to do it the most difficult way all the time. For example, I definitely feel sometimes you get the satisfaction of things being worth the effort after you've come through it, right? So, this is my life that has just gone by. So, to give you an example, when I did my therapy, I had a couple of options. And the first option for my cancer therapy, which was not radiation, was, do you want to do the most difficult, the harshest concoction of drugs that we can put at your body so that we'll annihilate this thing? Because it could be short and sweet, and that's what we might have to do. And not saying I regret it, but it was super tough. I went through all this body reaction and suffering, and I could have gone blind, and all these things could amass to this. I had extreme rash. My skin went haywire. I still have the scars now, and couldn't walk. So I'm coming from that point of view. Not that I didn't value life before, but I was like, maybe I didn't have to do the most difficult thing, but I didn't know that I did what I did out of the options that were before me, and I didn't have time to think. I gave myself really, sometimes time is of the essence. So, for example, I guess because this is a music channel primarily, or you know me for that, people would say, how did you know you wanted to do music? How did you know that you were good enough? How do you not be afraid of the audience and stuff like that? And I say, well, I just go with it. I try not to think that much. I go with my gut, and I go with my intention, and the intention and what I want overrides the fear mechanism. And I've been doing that a lot with many different things, and I feel like part of a journey for a soul is to go into those things with questions and the scariest places you can go. And I feel like I've gone into a lot of the scariest things I could go to in order to see in the darkest dark is, of course, light, the shiniest light. So if you know any people that have gone through the cancer scenario, it's like you thought they were bright before that, and if they come out of it, if we're lucky, I'm not saying that I even, expected to come through this. I just had to truthfully go through a day at a time with the consistent radar of I have to go towards healing and balance. I don't really know what's going to happen tomorrow, and that's the gift is I do not take life for granted. I do not, if anything, stand for any kind of bullshit, although I'm a fairly nice, composed individual. We have to realize not everything in this world is built for our best interests. Sometimes you're just the number in the queue, right? So hopefully in my little chatty chats like this, in my most raw, unedited format that's coming through, I just can't help but being that soul, right? So I try to put that into everything I do, and I try to give everyone their exact amount of time and space and presence that I can. And it's not always easy, and being now that, you get more and more notoriety messages and things like that, you actually cannot answer everybody's messages. So in response to, here's one I guess everyone goes through, but they don't want to talk about it. A couple of people messaging me, why are we not friends now? I'm like, well, I had to cull my lists, right? Because there's too many people that were, let's just say, there's certain rules to a platform. This platform is like a house. Play nicely or you get kicked off it. And with a couple of folks, I did align to what they were saying, but at the rate that I have to keep figuring out who you are, and you keep messaging me that I gotta add you back, and then this happens over and over again, it's just, I'm doing my best, but, you're confusing where I'm supposed to be, so, not that I have to defend it, but I think there's all this extra energy of followers and numbers and why this and that, and, it's just a secondary add-on of who you are. I don't really care for the number, I care for the connection, the interaction. So that's the thing that I fail to realize as quite honest to take granted for that. And it's easy to forget that when we're in infinite scroll land. If you would like to know more about how to manage yourself in the crazy social media spectrum, I don't know if I'm the expert on that, but I have enjoyed many books such as Digital Minimalism by Cal Newport. You might want to check that out. That's helped me a lot in the journey of managing multiple selves and presences, and just getting back to the point that what you're here to do and share in the world. And there's no specific way about how to go about it, but I definitely subscribe to his idea that you have to be aware that it can be quite illusory. That's why a lot of famous people have problems sometimes, because they get messed up in it. And even if you're not, I think in the last 2 years I can say there have been a couple of people asking me how do they fix their relationship, which got kind of misunderstood through the channels of the wall of Facebook. And being that I hadn't really been in that world for a while and I've just kind of come back, I would say, well, as long as you were doing your best and you're not throwing unnecessary heated language towards the other individual, and you're seeking to understand where they're coming from, I think you're fine. But people worry a little too much, so that's my little thing, but that's my little check-in. I hope to see you guys again soon. Let me know if you want any other questions answered. You can go to my channel also for updates, where this live stuff also gets posted. But happy New Year. And don't sweat it. Don't sweat the small stuff. It's really, you gotta think on a grander perspective as that. So it's way past my bedtime. But where I can find the time to communicate, that's what I'm aiming to change, so that I'm not that mystical recluse everyone always thinks I am. Wishing good intention to the world, like in a constant meditation, lotus position. That's always what I'm doing when I'm not here. Anyway, Good night, everybody. Hope to talk to you soon. Keep doing your thing.